Welcome to the Beer and Nonsense Podcast, brewed by the Michiana Beer Reviewers, engineered by assistant brewer Kevin Christie. Now, here are your hosts, Christian Milovich and Thad Schmidt.
We are at the Summer Sippin Craft Brew Fest in Plymouth, Indiana, and we are helping them raise money for Freedom Park.
Yeah.
So Freedom Park is a cool place.
Man, I can't believe that. One, it's just, I mean, like you said, it's a cool place. It's a great concept. And, you know, with Plymouth doing this, I'm told it's over $1 million project.
Whew.
So
That's insane.
Yeah.
But, I mean, this is, sometimes you come out to events and you're like, oh, this is a good event, this is a great event. When it's a good event, a great event, and with a great cause, everybody wins. And there's beer.
Yeah, and
Did we
there's
even say
beer.
that?
So
Yeah.
So you get to come out here, sample beers from, what they say, 32 breweries.
And 2 wineries, too, this year.
Well, that's why my wife's coming, probably, is the wineries.
The 2 wineries.
Yeah.
And
Hopefully they brought enough.
We'll find beer she likes, too.
Yeah, okay.
So no problem. So,
Well, let's talk about Freedom Park.
Freedom
It's a handicapped accessible park. So, and one of the things I saw at school was there's actually a swing that someone can roll a wheelchair on, and the kid can enjoy what he sees in all the other parks.
well,
So,
I'm also hearing that they're doing some additions. There's a slide coming.
yeah, that's what I hear, and that's part of the big push this year.
Yeah, the all-inclusive parks are starting to come around a little bit more, and it's probably a long time coming, probably too much time coming, right? I mean, realistically. And
Absolutely. Anytime we can get kids playing together, no matter their abilities, we all win.
Right. And, you know.
oh, wait, here we go. Bring it closer.
Oh, bring it closer.
Oh,
It's a nitro.
I was going to say nitro.
In the headphones, that was loud.
Was it? Sorry.
That's what I love.
Might be some editing going on that one.
Oh,
So,
look at that.
yeah,
we can't do this without having a couple beers. So I brought a couple. Kevin, you drinking?
Is it Sunday?
I don't
No.
know.
All right, then yes.
All right. So here's what I'm drinking. I got Left Hand Brewing Company's Push Pop Party Nitro.
Yeah, that sounds
it
like
looks-
I'm drinking that.
It looks exactly like you got it from an ice cream truck.
It
looks like that thing is awesome.
That's what I'm hoping for. So since it's nitro, it's going through its little cascade right now. This is where I wish podcasts had television attached to
Describe
them so
it.
people could see it. So
It actually is awesome to watch.
it's got a clean white head on it that doesn't stay. So you hard pour a nitro. You got to just tip it up and let it go. It's got a light hazy at the bottom of it that you can just start to see through here. But then it just thickens up. The foam's coming up through it. It kind of looks like a lava lamp.
Yeah, it does. It looks like a lava lamp that is pure gold. And as it's interesting though, it came out kind of a goldish amber color, and now it's turning more to almost an orangish.
Looks like orange juice.
It looks like orange juice. Yeah, it's
Absolutely.
awesome.
Yep. All right. So here you go, Kevin. Cracking one for you.
All right, what's
So
he
this
pouring
is
me here?
Sweetwater. It's called Costa Kickin' Plastic Pills. So this is one where they're trying to get plastic out of the waterways, and it should just be a pretty easy drinking beer for you.
All right. See, I've been seeing some of these commercials about the oceans and stuff, and being here in the middle of Indiana, we don't have a whole lot of oceans around. But for some reason, that I actually pay attention to those. You know, it's
Yeah.
like, oh, you know, the cats and the dog commercials, and I feel, you know, like, okay, I get that, but you have cats and dogs around you. When you see the ocean cleanup thing, and you're like, wait, one wristband
Right.
pays for like an hour or whatever of like cleanup, you're like, wow, like, why aren't we doing more things like this?
Oh, and it's crazy. I mean, we do have Lake Michigan real close, and the pollution isn't as bad, but it's still bad. I mean, if you walk on the beach, and we really need to do something about not only the oceans, but our Great Lakes. And I tell you what, I mean, they produce great beers, and I love that they give back for stuff like this.
Absolutely. Yeah, Sweetwater's doing great things all over the place, but they also, you know, everybody's seen that video online of the turtle getting the straw pulled out of its nose. So, like, all of that plastic needs cleaned up, and that's a lot of breweries doing away with the plastic can holders and all that.
Correct.
Just to help out.
I pulled a rock out of my kid's nose once.
I pulled a couple peanuts out of my kids.
My parents claim I put
Peanuts.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I put 8 small rocks up my nose one time when I was a kid. So I don't recall that.
That was like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, was it? Dang. Well, I was a kid 2 weeks ago.
All right, here we go. Christian's getting after it.
All right.
That is delicious.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, The thing you just handed me, I'm freaking stoked about.
Here's what we kind of screwed up. You know, you kind of wait for the table to everybody gets their meal. It's hot. It's 90 degrees, so we can totally bypass this. But he didn't even open his yet.
He
I'm
hasn't.
over there chuckling about it, but we haven't even got to the.
I know. Well, one, it's $4.50, which I'm ecstatic about their beers.
It's out of Columbus, Indiana.
Yeah, they do crazy things with fruit and beer, and so many breweries don't like them, which I don't get because they're doing their own thing.
Right.
And they keep telling them they're doing it wrong, but they're doing it so right.
Yeah, you don't get 500 people showing up to a release on a Friday afternoon because you're doing something wrong.
Well, what time did our buddy get there? 7 a.m.?
Yeah, Zach got there at 7 a.m., was 236th in line.
Wow.
Yeah.
Zach's around here somewhere. Isn't he here? He's here somewhere, right? Zach here?
Different guy.
Zach.
Different guy. Yeah,
All
but
right.
we're gonna get Zach over here. So Zach's gonna join us here and tell us a little bit more about what's going on here. He could also tell us more about Freedom Park because he's the organizer of this Brewfest.
And it's great to see the volunteers that came out to help him. I mean, I'm stoked that people did actually come out. You know, it's a great thing. I'm going to stop this for a second because I'm holding a beer in my hand and I really want to open this. So I got a Stone Fruit Slushy XL from 450.
We're waiting.
Yeah.
Do the
It's
honors.
smooth style Weiss, apricot, peach, and mango.
I hope my wife doesn't listen to this because that was her beer and I just kind of took it. So,
I think you found it here, didn't you?
so I did find it.
Yeah.
Plus, Thad hadn't had one of these yet, and I knew he needed to. So
What I love about it's look at how thick that pours. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, here we go.
So he's going to end up with sediment all over his glass because they add a lot of fruit after fermentation. So it just gets thick and it's almost like a puree that just sits in there. It is delicious. And also if you leave that glass out overnight, it looks crazy in the morning.
Well,
I
mean,
did that.
This looks like extra pulp orange juice right now.
Yeah, it looks like a very healthy smoothie.
It looks like mango juice to me. Yeah,
Yes.
like
And they don't carry much of a head. I mean, I
No,
first
it's
poured
gone,
it,
yeah.
it was, kind of off-white, but it dissipates like instantly.
how's yours, Kevin?
Waiting.
Waiting. Don't wait.
And I just keep drinking.
I'm gonna let him do the honors. He just
All
poured
right.
it.
Oh,
All
wow.
right. Cheers. Man, I tell you what, you taste every single stone fruit from front to back. Those peaches hit you right up front. Then you get the mango.
I said to my wife when we first got these, I was like, "Why do they call it stone fruit?" And she's like, "You're an idiot." She was like, "They all have cores that are like
Right.
stones."
Yeah, the
so
seed
you got
is the
apricot,
stone.
peach, and mango, and I
Right.
was like, "Mangoes have pits?"
Yeah.
I don't know.
Why did I not know those were stone fruit? Like I
You didn't know those were stone fruit either?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, but I got called an idiot for that. So
I will say that those are 3 flavors I wouldn't go for though. I wouldn't just go eat a peach or a.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, I
no.
love this. Nice juicy peach.
yeah, I like apricots
well.
and peach. I'm not even sure I know what mango tastes like, but I know it's
Oh, I meant
delicious in
peach.
that beer. Peach?
Yeah, I like peach.
Peach is good.
That's good too.
Uh-oh.
Yeah?
So we
Yeah,
got
this one's good.
sweet
Easy
water.
drinking.
This one's real good. Yep. We're gonna be saving some oceans now.
That's what it's all about.
Go
Exactly.
after.
Pure, clean water with hops and barley, some malts, and you're saving it.
And I'm saving the world, one beer at a time.
All right. Since you don't necessarily like the stone fruit, pass that down.
All right, I'm gonna give him a shot.
I'm gonna give it a shot there. I got a little. Do a little beer pass here.
I love this.
Yeah,
Love it.
what's not to love?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like a fruit. I didn't taste that
Oh,
yet.
sorry.
He's got it though. I mean, the peaches. Yeah, taste that. Did
Yeah,
you taste that?
yeah, no, I
it's-
had one just last weekend, and yeah, the peach is great. I felt like the aftertaste was apricot, so he kind of settles down, leaves you
Yep.
kind of that nice little apricot-y flavor. That's probably weak after drinking out of the stone.
Yeah,
fruit.
that's pretty tough to switch from the hazy citrus to the 450 because, I mean, like you said, it looks like a fruit smoothie.
Yeah.
It almost drinks like one.
Yep.
Yeah. Pretty solid all the way around.
Yes.
So we got Georgia, Indiana, and Colorado beers all sitting on the table with us already. But we're going to be drinking mostly Indiana beers here at the fest here in just a little bit.
Yeah,
So-
being a craft brew fest, mostly very regional as far as like you said, Indiana. There's Coons Lake is right here.
Right.
I mean, that's literally right over here. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know why they even brought the van. They could have just wheeled it over probably at that point.
So then we got South Bend Brew Works is also out here, and these are places that you're going to hear more from on the podcast as well, because they want us to come out and do some podcasting from these breweries, and we are definitely going to have to do that.
Yeah. 1056 is setting up now too. They're in Knox.
Yep.
That's a great little fun brewery.
Got one of my favorite porters. They call it Mary Jane, and it's a peanut butter porter. And so it's got a little hint of chocolate. Some peanut butter is absolutely delicious. I love it. And do I see a kilt over there?
Yeah. Mike from 1056.
Absolutely. He's
is
wearing a kilt? Okay.
I should have worn mine. That'd have been nice and airy today.
So 1056, he's a former cop. 1056 evidently is the code for a drunken pedestrian. So that's how they came up with the name 1056 for the brewery.
I'm just happy with how brilliant people are sometimes.
Right?
You know, like just you know what? We're just gonna name it this.
Simple brilliance.
Yes, absolutely.
And you're gonna hear a lot of that number called out after about 8 o'clock tonight.
Maybe.
Which
Man, let's hope not.
we got? You know, you throw out the PSA, right? Like, if you've been drinking, make sure.
Don't drive. That's
Yeah,
right. Yeah,
exactly.
they have Uber in Plymouth. So
Yes, they do.
Exactly.
So you can definitely, we get into this a lot because we'll come up with these daily themes that we do on Facebook and stuff where sometimes we're kind of teasing, saying it's Drink You Drink Friday, but we always do it responsibly. If we're the ones drinking, we don't drive. Like, you got to do this responsibly if you're going to go out into public and come to Brewfest. Know how you're getting home before you get here.
Exactly.
Yeah, there are tons of these everywhere. I mean, there's a lot of Brewfests, and there's tons of opportunity to make arrangements. Tons of opportunity.
Right,
Friends,
yeah,
family, Ubers, all of them.
Even Summer Sippin here hooked up with, I believe it was Holiday Inn.
Maybe.
I'll have to double check. Well, we're trying to get
Well, we're gonna
Zach over
Where's
here.
he at? Is he busy? What?
He's sitting.
Yeah, I know. Like,
he's playing drums
the
with the
only
band.
organizer of an event can't find the time to come sit down with us. That just he lost his entire board this year, so we're hoping he's able to get that back for next
Well, I don't know
year.
how you guys didn't find your way on that board.
Well, we talked about it.
We talked about it. The problem is we're involved in so many Brewfests coming
Right.
up. I mean, we got 2 times coming up in July. We're brewing a beer with Studebaker Brew, which will be on here shortly, with a tasting one night. We got Corn and Brew at the ZB's Conservation Club. We're brewing a beer with South Bend Brew Works
Yep.
later in July. I mean, I'm married with children.
Yeah.
Oh, that doesn't. I mean,
And married,
right?
and I'm married, and I want to stay that way.
Yes.
So
Yeah, for sure.
all right, here he comes. Zach's hustling over. Hopefully, it's to
He's
us,
running.
not
Do we have a
something
beer
else.
for him, or are we?
Do we have a beer
yeah,
for him?
sure.
Well, there's the
Hey.
man, the myth, the legend.
Don't go that far. I got a reputation to protect.
Go ahead, pop his mic. Yep, there we go. Oh, he's gonna squat. He's not gonna stand up now. Those legs are done.
You're lucky I'm still standing. I'm ready for a nap
Oh, I bet you are.
and some beer.
Dude, looking amazing already out here. So
This is the 450.
Stone Fruit
Stone
XLs.
fruit slushy.
Oh man,
Yeah. Oh, man.
Isn't that the
was
reaction?
frozen, almost like a slushy.
Well, that's why they call
Yeah.
it
Oh,
the slushy XL.
There you go. Does that work for you?
yeah.
All right.
There, we got you a cup already out.
So, giving you a gift beer out of Lexington, Kentucky here. So, I have a friend who's got another friend living in Lexington who's helping can, and he brought like a pallet full of this beer up. And he was like, "Do you want one?" I'm like, "You have a pallet? I want a 6-pack."
I want 2 cases.
Oh, I thought he asked you if you just wanted a pallet.
That's I was hoping.
Yes, I would like a
That
pallet
thing
of
looks
beer.
beautiful, by the way.
So, West 6 Brewing IPA.
See, some people are into the smells. The
What-
visuals for me says, and a podcast, right? Like
Right.
it looks awesome. Like that looks awesome.
Yep.
And it smells awesome.
Oh, it smells
It
great.
smells malty.
That is a deep gold, and that's almost like the Notre Dame helmets there.
Almost, yeah. Nice little amber color to it. Like,
Man, it's so... I can stop tasting beer until I have some water, because this slushy from
Oh, it's hot,
450
yeah.
is killing
that-
everything.
Sticking with
that
you, huh?
West It's nice and crisp. It's refreshing. And it's not very heavy.
Nope. So while you're sipping on that beer, tell us a little bit, Zach, How the heck did you get 32 breweries to come out to Plymouth, Indiana?
Lots and lots of luck. That's what it kind of boils down to. We were fortunate enough to get hooked up with Indiana Beverage out of Valparaiso, and they have a huge portfolio of breweries in their warehouse. And we reached out to them like, hey, back in January, like, hey, we're doing the 4th annual Brew Fest. We want X amount of breweries. He's like, all right, we'll make it happen for you. And Mark Horseman and his event team have been absolutely phenomenal. We've been contacting every week, back and forth, stuff like that. So they're a big part. I think they brought 17 breweries by themselves. We have 6 local breweries that we reached out independently and talked to their GMs like, hey, this is what we want to do. We want you guys to come out and make some face in our community and invite people to your establishment and let people know what you're all about. And and they were like, oh, absolutely. Of course, or better for a fundraiser, it's a win-win for everybody.
Absolutely.
And then we got into Cavalier Beer out of Indy, and they're a huge help. Sorry,
You got distracted by
the beer.
Yeah, there's
The beer lady really just
There was a
caught me
new-
out of nowhere.
That was a big beer that went by.
Yeah.
a new
Yep.
vendor just walked in.
That was a hard gulp.
That was a tall drink of beer.
Of West 6 Brewing. Yes.
Yeah.
God bless those guys. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So then we hooked up with back to the story. We got hooked up with Cavalier, and Steven Spinks and his team. They were like, yeah, we wanna be more involved. They came out last year and they had like three people, and they're like, oh my God, guys, this is a great event. Like, we want to do more. We want to be more involved. We want to help you guys next year. I'm like, hey, by all means, double your tables. So guess what? He's out here again this year. He's got 6 different breweries. He brought Great Lakes. They brought out 2 or 3 VIP beers. They got 1 of the 2 meaderies in Misbehaving Meads out of Michigan City. Clint and his staff. Ooh, so I caught a sneak peek of what he brought, and he brought with the baseball bat, which is his peanut butter and jelly mead. And let me tell you, if you could channel your inner Peter Griffin while drinking that, you're gonna do the belly roll and everything, man. It literally tastes like you were drinking a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It is absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, no, my wife made me take her all the way out to Valpo to just buy a couple bottles. Absolutely amazing. What is it? Is it the raspberry? Is that what just came out, or was it the blueberry? I can't remember. We got one or the other.
I couldn't tell you. I mean,
I guess we're gonna have to run over there and check it out.
Yeah.
That sounds.
I always say when I drive up there, I'm gonna stop over there and see Clint and pick up a bottle or 2. And every time I drive by it and go, I'm gonna stop next time. And it never has been next time yet.
Yeah.
Now, we stopped a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
We didn't buy one. We just bought a couple of the flights. And
Meads are expensive. So they're expensive to make. They're expensive to drink. But on
boy,
a
are they
hot
good.
day like today, holy mackerel.
Man, they're so
And
good.
they pack a punch.
Man, do they.
Yes.
Yes. Can you imagine
What,
being back in medieval
13,
times
14?
drinking that?
I want to. Like, I don't know if you know this. I'm a pirate at heart. So
Yeah.
I go to Renaissance festivals dressed as a pirate, and I run into the Mead Master Paul from Black Dragon all the time there.
Black Dragon's out here today.
Beautiful.
Yeah, Paul's here, right?
Nice.
Oh, he didn't make it this year? Okay. I know. Well, that's
Yeah.
So, but
we love Paul, and we'll give him the best there.
Absolutely. So, we have 32 different breweries. You also pulled out some of the best local breweries in Coons Lake and Studebaker and South Bend Brew Works, just all wanting to be part of it. And we tried to talk up Freedom Park just a little bit, but we don't know it like you do. So tell them a little more about Freedom Park so they know why we're doing this.
So Freedom Park was actually the brainchild of the starter of the Summer Sippin Craft Brew Fest. His name's Tony Gamble, and he has a special needs child. And most modern playgrounds, they have steps and slides and wood chips and stuff like that. It makes it difficult for immobilized or less physically capable children to play with. So he stole the idea from a park over in Fort Wayne. I couldn't tell the name of it. And then it's an innovative park, and it's handicap accessible. And a few years, I think it was about 5 years ago now, we had a playground that got damaged in a severe windstorm. Like, it was old, it was decrepit. It was really it should have been a health hazard, I think, if you ask anybody in the community. But it got damaged, and Tony approached the local park board and like, hey, we want to make this an all-accessible, handicap-free park. And they, we asked for their permission, if we fundraise, if we can get special equipment. And they were like, you know what? That's a great idea. So they were blessed, and they bought the initial playground. They did the initial excavating, and they put down the rubber matting So there's no wood chips at all, so kids with wheelchairs can get down there. There's no steps at all on the playground. It's all ramps, and it's all sloped and leveled.
Awesome.
Nice.
So, it's great. We're currently in the process of fundraising for the swings, handicap swings, which people are like, well, how does a handicapped kid swing? So these special swings allow that it's a flat platform that the kids can wheel their wheelchair up into, and it locks them in place. And then they're connected by 4, steel bars, and they can swing on a pendulum just like any other kid, and they can feel that exhilaration of the wind in their hair,
That's
Absolutely.
great.
Yeah,
Now, there's rumor
it's
about
great.
some slide. Is there a slide coming?
The slide, there is a slide there right now, but I don't think it's handicap accessible.
Okay.
But there's 3 stages for it. The first stage is the playground. The second stage is the swing and sensory garden for like the autistic
Nice.
children.
Beautiful.
Something that can calm them down in the shade. You guys have never been over there, but there's plenty of trees around. There's a basketball court, so something that calms the nerves for autism. And then phase 3, I feel like if we ever get there, is a splash pad.
Nice.
Because
we'll get there.
It's right in it's on the backside of downtown Plymouth, and there's a lot of kids over there in the neighborhood. It's right by one of the local schools, so I mean it's within walking distance for thousands of kids.
Well, and I want to give you a special pat on the back because you and your girlfriend basically did this year on your own.
Yeah. So in years past, it's been a committee. There's been about 3 or 4 or 5 of us. When I kicked on 3 years ago, there was 5 of us, and then last year there was only 3 of us. And then last year, the 2 were like, we'll be around if you need us, but don't count on us. So I looked at my girlfriend, Tiffany, and I go, well, babe, it's you and me against the world, kid. And she goes, all right, let's do it. And let me tell you guys, hats off to my girlfriend, Tiffany. If it was not for her, I guarantee we would not be sitting right here in this blistering sun talking about this. She has picked up my slack, a million times and done so much for me, and she earned all the credit. Everything that's going on behind us right now is all because of her, and I can't thank her enough for it.
Well, that's great.
We know how much it takes, because we talk about having families and other things going on. We have full-time jobs. You have full-time jobs. She has full-time job. So all of this is coming out of our extra time.
Yes.
And still trying to give back 100% of the proceeds.
Yes, everything covers, we'll whatever we make goes right back into Freedom Park. It goes to the Community Foundation, a great organization in Plymouth that helps maintain so many non-for-profits and other community events. And then, we're about halfway to our swings. They're a little over $100,000, which is nuts.
Wow.
Yeah, when you think about, swings, you're like, it can't be much for some steel and some nuts and bolts. $110,000 is what we were quoted for those swings. Now, this was 7, 8 years ago, or whatever, how many ever years ago it was. But
So they're probably more.
I'm hoping they're less. I'm hoping depreciation. If they've been sitting in that warehouse for 5 years, they're probably,
So let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
This is going to come out after this is done.
Correct.
What can we do? Where can people go to donate right now as they're listening? They're on their iTunes. They're listening to us. I can pause it, even though we'd love you to keep listening. They're going to pause it. And they're going to go donate. They're going to reach out to you guys.
Yes.
How do they do that? How do we get
So
into you?
there's a number of ways. Like I said, the Community Foundation does a lot for organizations in Plymouth. They're your number one stop. They host our account. They hold our money. If you write a donation check into the Marshall County Community Foundation and then you put Freedom Park in the memo, it's a tax write-off. It's a charitable donation. It goes right into our account, 100%. Nothing is taken out. No administration fees. Nothing like that. Straight money, hard cash, right into account, tax write-off. Great.
Okay, so what we can do is on the podcast notes and the episode notes, we'll get the details from you. We'll be able to put a link or some information.
So they have a website. They're hooked up with United Way of Marshall County. It's all in one building. They're great ladies over there that run that. I don't know how you talk about us running one Brew Fest. They run like 12 events a year.
Wow.
I don't know how they don't pull their hair out and
Well,
all that great stuff. Yeah. But I mean, again, then you can come out and support our fundraisers. Obviously this is our big one with the Summer Sippin Craft Brew Fest, now going on for 4 years. We raise a good chunk of money most years. Last year was a down year. We had a little bit of spotty weather. Honestly, it was actually really great. It was overcast. It was like 65 degrees. It was beautiful last year. Now I'm ready to
Now it's 95. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 95, and I'm thinking, man, where do those clouds go that were here last year? Like, I could go for a rainstorm right now. But last year we had like 250 people come out, and we still made a couple grand. So if I double or triple that this year, like I'm gonna go bonkers. I'm not gonna know what to do with myself. I'm gonna cry from tears of happiness. That's what
Well,
it's
we'd
all
love
about.
to see that. I mean,
We'd love to watch you cry.
Right.
You know what? That seems to be the popular opinion. I don't get it.
So, well, thank you very much for having us out here and letting us be part of helping do all of this. And we have no plans of stopping, trying to help all year round to keep this growing so that way we can give back to Freedom Park.
I can't think. You guys do so much for us on social media. You guys have been great over the years. It's a blessing that we got hooked up together.
I appreciate it.
And the friendships we had and the memories we have together now are going to last a lifetime. And we continue to your guys' help for years to come. So I can't thank you guys enough for everything you guys do for us. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
All right, man.
I better run before I get in trouble for the wife.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
All right, man.
Thanks, Zach.
Thank you, Zach.
Thank you.
You guys need something holler, okay?
Will do. Yep. Put it down there. There it goes.
Kill it.
Finishing off the
All
beer.
right.
It
Killed
is 95. You need to stay hydrated.
That's right.
All right. So, well, there's the facts. I mean, like, I need to get over there and check out the park. Thank God I have healthy children who don't require that. But the fact that they could come out here and play with any kid that was playing out at the park is just absolutely crazy to me.
Yeah, and I feel the same way, too. I do have a old high school buddy that has a special needs kid, and I see their struggle and whatnot, and they're up in South Bend, and I bet once that sensory park is up, she's autistic, and it would be perfect for something for her.
Yeah, so we'll say it again. If you're listening to this and this is something you want to get involved with, it's Marshall County, Indiana, United Way. We'll have the links up. We'll do some stuff through. We'll do some stuff through Facebook. We'll get all that stuff done. We'll tweet it out. We'll get all of it. But sometimes when you're listening to shows, you're watching something on TV, you think, oh, that'd be nice,
Right.
to help out with something like
Right.
that. But there's inaction that happens right immediately after that.
Right.
Take action on this one.
Exactly.
Well,
Hit pause.
$5 will make a difference. He just said $110,000.
Right.
Let's get $5 or $10, and if you can spare it, I can't think of a better cause.
And if you wanted to, you could just put next year, the end of August, put it on your calendar to come drink beer and help out.
Right. Yeah, it's even that. Who wouldn't want to drink some beer on a 95-degree day?
Exactly.
So I
Summer
see catfish
sipping,
over
so-
there. There's catfish
Yep. Catfish
Hanging
and Uncle
out.
Dave.
hanging out under the shade tree, the only shade tree.
All right, and then one of our guests, Lindsay,
Uh-oh.
from Rock 97.7 has just pulled up. So
All right. So she can tell you a little bit about the legendary Brew review.
that's right.
That might involve the Michiana Beer Reviewers just a little bit.
Just
So
a little bit.
we're going around and visiting local breweries and going for 97 minutes, since it's Rock 97.7. So we're going for 97 minutes out there at the breweries and just having some fun. We go live on our Facebook. That's another thing. They need to know how to find more about the Michiana Beer Reviewers, don't they?
Absolutely. Well, I tell you what, Instagram, Facebook is growing leaps and bounds. Instagram, we need to grow a little bit more, and also Twitter. But Instagram is just hashtag us at Michiana Beer Reviewers. They'll pull right up, no problem.
You know what the thing I found that I fall in love with and I hate is Twitter. The Twitter. I love the Twitter. I don't think I'm supposed to call it the Twitter.
Yeah.
But
well, we're old guys. We can do
because everything is my personality. Everything is one-liners and just being a jackass a little bit. I love it. I love everything about Twitter, and it makes you so mad that a comment comes across sometimes. You're like, there's nothing I can do about this. And I absolutely love being so upset about nothing I can do.
Well, you've been coaching me through it here a little bit. So we just rebranded our Twitter. It is the Beer and Nonsense Twitter account. So if you want to find us, it's at Beer and Nonsense, all spelled out, on Twitter. So, but there takes so much more finesse to Twitter. I didn't even know, like, my wife doesn't demand as much attention as Twitter does.
You have to babysit Twitter. Like,
You do. And I'm going to have to excuse myself for a second because there's some of our helpers coming through here. Give me 1 second. You guys
Cool, man.
talk.
Oh, I don't like talking to him.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. It was amazing. We were setting this thing up, and we're, episode 1, forgot the extension cord, or had, just little things, And I'm looking over here, and I'm as a, telling you, oh, the band's setting up.
Yeah.
This is gonna be bad. We're 100 feet from Tom Petty right now, essentially, is what we got going on. It's perfect.
Yeah.
It's perfect. You hear some background noise. Hopefully it's
Yeah.
all coming through. I mean, It is a beautiful day. There is enough clouds that you catch one every, 10, 15 minutes to put you in the shade just for a second.
Yep.
But it's perfect.
And as the sun starts to set here at this venue, the shade starts to come over just a little bit more. There's tents at every place. It's just a gorgeous day. And I was telling you, I said I've been listening to a lot of podcasts. I'm a huge fan of podcasts, probably because I worked in media in college. And I've listened to a lot of other beer casts that just are boring when there's not something else going on other than just talking. Because how often do you go have a beer and it's just silent?
Right. I mean, it's one thing to be boring when there's nothing else going on. I mean, we take it to a whole nother level to be boring while there's a bunch of stuff going on. So,
Is that the
hang on,
nonsense?
he's coming back through. Thad's coming back through. Oh, no, he's just getting
just
his
grabbing
reload.
the beer. Just
Yeah,
grabbing the beer.
All right. Perfect.
So we got some friends down here from Copper Hop as well, and I'm hoping Catherine or Aaron can come up here and talk with us real quickly. I think they are a couple of the people that we might have regularly on here because they are going around. So what they do is they create these little copper tags, and they get breweries to sign up, and you can go around and collect tags from each of the different breweries
Beautiful.
that you go to. So what a beer drinkers loves other little collectibles, and you can put them all on a dog chain and just wear them around.
Beautiful. Let's see if one of them wants to come up. We got 5-10 minutes left, so let's.
All right,
see
let
what
me
we
get.
Oh, hey, don't worry about that. It's just a microphone. So what I'm gonna do is, I was maybe gonna sing a song, but I don't know about copyright infringement, so I was hoping Thad would show up sometime soon and save my ass.
Yeah, we don't want
there
you
he
singing
is.
here.
There he is.
We don't want you singing. Of course, you don't want me singing either. So.
Let's go ahead and hit her microphone. So she's good
Here,
to go.
you grab the microphone there.
Thank you very much. So chivalrous.
I'm not. I'm sitting. Flip it up.
Let's not get too crazy.
All right. So this is Catherine from Catherine Kirk from Copper Hop, and I was just trying to explain to Kevin what Copper Hop is, and I said it's these little copper tags that are just collectible. And but you tell us, you're the creator. You guys are the masterminds. Tell people what they're missing out on if they're not participating in Copper Hop.
Copper Hop is a really fun concept where you get basically a copper dog tag that has the name of the brewery, the name of the town that it's in, and also our website, because we have an interactive map that you can use to go from place to place. And then the fun part of it also is that there's a charm that comes with each necklace that is either the logo of the location or it's something similar and related to that location. So like Evil Czech has their barbarian head. Studebaker has their Studebaker symbol for their charm. So we've really kind of taken it up a notch. The fun part about those charms is if you have a lady in your life, if ladies are listening, and you've got one of those Pandora bracelets just sitting in your jewelry box that you haven't put anything on, these actually fit on your Pandora bracelet.
Nice.
So instead of going around and getting Pandora charms that may not mean as much to you, you can go around and collect them at breweries and have a drink. It's a fun thing to do.
So I guess my question would be, are you trying to take over the world? Because that sounds like that's what that's going to do.
Actually, yes.
All right.
That's the plan, Stimpy. That's the plan. Take over the world.
So
Yes.
how many locations are you guys currently at?
I think we're at about 56 across the nation. So we have a location that we just set up in Monroe, Wisconsin,
Nice.
called Bulkwarian. We went up to, I'm trying to think, Minnesota, and we're courting some breweries there. So we've been adding all along the countryside. So we've got a couple in Ohio. We've got one in West Virginia. We're trying to add one in Maryland. We're about to add one in Delaware and in Virginia. So
That's
it's all
awesome.
across the nation.
That's awesome.
And you know where I'm envious of this? I follow them on Facebook and Twitter and everywhere. Is they're going to all these locations to do the courting and drinking all these great beers from all over the place.
So that's really what it's about.
And then she's pickleballing all over the place.
Oh.
Yeah, so I also play a sport called pickleball, and I play in tournaments. So I
She
get to
doesn't just
drink
play.
beer, and I get to
It's
go and
the
play.
fastest growing sport in the world right now. That thing is
It is.
taking off.
It is, and I'm a
pickleball.
certified instructor now too.
Oh, see.
and
Well, let's do some instruction. We got room,
I've
rolling?
got my stuff. Actually, we could play right here, or in the parking lot. I've got sidewalk chalk.
I told her I want to get an MBR team going. So.
Oh, yes.
That would be excellent. I'd be a part of it.
We should do all of that.
I'll be your coach, and I'll
Yes.
play.
We should
like
make
it.
a dodgeball team too. Like just
Ooh, I want to
like,
do that.
oh,
I want to do that.
Yes. Let's get that going.
I'm a little old. The shoulder doesn't work like it used to.
Just
but
block.
I will. Yeah, I'm good at catching.
There we go. So that's all we need.
Not pitching.
What? What?
Nothing. I said nothing.
What?
So can you tell us? Let's say if I'm listening to this show, I have a brewery and I
Yes.
want to get involved with what you're doing. How do I reach out
All
to you?
you have to do is go on our website. We have all of our email addresses or phone numbers. You call us, you email us, you send a carrier pigeon. We will get in touch with you. We will make it happen.
How awesome would it be if it was carrier pigeon? Like, what if?
Oh my gosh, I love wildlife, so I'd be all about that.
What's the website again?
The website is copperhopusa.com. So COPPERHOPUSA.com.
And GPS coordinates for the carrier pigeon.
It's just Michigan City. Look for the biggest plot of woods, and that's our house.
All right, perfect.
Do you know who's the oldest copper hopper right now?
The oldest is Burnham.
Burnham, nice.
They're one of our originals. Actually, they're one of our first ones to go on the custom logo charms. Those guys, Burnham is just a great group of guys. Two brothers started that company, and they're amazing. So we love them, but we love all of our breweries.
Awesome. Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for taking a little time out. I know everybody's getting set up here. The Brewfest is about to kick off. So,
Yes.
Catherine, thank you so much.
Thank you, Christian. We appreciate it. Thank you,
Thank
all
you.
the copper hoppers out there.
I was telling Kevin, I said, you guys are going to be one of the regulars.
Oh, yes. Well, we
'Cause-
love beer, and we've had it from all over the country. So when you guys are doing your reviews, we have some beers for you that we've brought back from all of our
Oh,
travels that we
man.
want to sit down and do some
Oh,
reviews
man.
with. So that's going to happen.
She has an amazing palate and a words of talking about the beers she's tasting that I dream of as a beer reviewer.
So he doesn't just love me for my beauty; he loves me for my intelligence and vocabulary. Woohoo!
You are the full package.
Thank you very much.
So, a good thing Aaron was further away right there. So,
True enough, Sasquatch was out of earshot.
yeah. So but he did
Until
show
he
up on my
listens.
birthday. So
yeah, he's a sweetheart.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. And
Thank
we'll
you,
let you
guys.
finish setting up, and the gates are opening, I guess we can say,
it
right?
looks like it. Yeah, got to
Yep.
get the wristbands on and get ready to go here. So.
Yep, we're
Happy
going.
Brewfestin'. Have a good day, guys.
See you guys.
Thank you.
That was fun. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Well, man, there's a lot going on here, and I'm ready to partake in it. So I said find out more about the Michiana Beer Reviewers real quickly. You're going to be able to see a lot more of this Brew Fest from our Facebook. We'll also be putting some things on our Twitter, which is the Beer and Nonsense podcast on Twitter. But find us on Facebook at Beer Reviewers. We're not just Michiana Beer Reviewers. We are the Beer Reviewers. So at Beer Reviewers on Facebook, or just look up Michiana Beer Reviewers. Also, we're just Michiana Beer Reviewers on Instagram, so you can find
Yes.
us there. We're taking more. We're doing more with IGTV and getting our what we call Insta reviews, 1 minute beer reviews. So
love it.
you
Love
can check out all of that and see a lot more of this festival and everything that happened on those different places. And our internet page will be launching sometime in July.
Yes. So that's MichianaBeerReviewers.com. And what's cool about it is we'll actually have a calendar up
Yep.
immediately. So you know where we're going to be at.
Yep.
She can't find the gear on that one. Hang on, she's got it.
If you want to come be in the audience or maybe even partake with us here on the Beer and Nonsense podcast, we'll be able to show you when and where we're going to be on our calendar. I also found the other day all the national beer holidays that I'm going to post up there on the
Oh,
calendar.
that's fantastic.
Yeah.
I love
love
beer
it.
holidays.
Yeah.
I love that. Did you notice Thad came back as she left? You know how there's like the Clark Kent Superman thing?
Oh,
Like-
never seen Catherine and
Mm-mm.
Thad in the same place at the same time.
I don't know. It's got me thinking. And he's drinking water now.
I am drinking water.
He's getting ready for what's about to happen
yes.
here. So that'll probably do it as things are getting started here. We're going to go mingle, and yeah, it should be a good time tonight.
So real quick, I want to thank Zach, is it Free, the organizer, for joining us here today, and Catherine Kirk from Copper Hop for joining us. Just cool, and thank you, Kevin, for helping us get this going, man.
It's
I
not out
appreciate
yet, so don't
Right.
thank me. Just
Yeah. No, man, it's fun.
It's going to be great.
Awesome. Well, the works were to have a cool outro going on right now. So if we do, enjoy that. If not,
It cues here. Or earlier, I don't know.
maybe.
drink
Anyway,
beer.
we gave you all the socials. You can get us there. You can get us online, on the line, on the wet interwebs, I think is what they say.
The interwebs.
But anyway, we're going to go enjoy some beer. We're going to go talk to some people. And we
Cheers,
will catch
everybody.
you soon.
Thanks for listening to the Beer and Nonsense podcast. Please rate, review, and subscribe. Like the guys on Twitter and follow their Facebook group. Enjoy the Michiana Beer Reviewers beer reviews on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Until next time, cheers.